why has platinum suddenly come back to be more expensive than gold?
Well, I think the way to look at it is to look at when did gold overtake platinum. It was last August, so it was back at a time when markets were crashing everywhere. There was a general feeling that the economy was about to tip over the edge again. Also a general feeling that central banks were going to be pumping in a lot more liquidity. Now, when that happens, anything that's vaguely connected to the industrial cycle will tend to fall. Anything vaguely connected to the inflation trade or the dollar devaluation trade, whatever you want to call it, will rise.
That's gold.
Right, and that's gold. Gold is principally an insurance against the authorities essentially screwing up the economy. Platinum is sort of half that because it is a precious metal, and it's actually a lot rarer than gold. But half of it is used in catalysts for making cars. So as you can imagine, when the industrial cycle looks like it's about to turn down, demand for platinum goes down and the price falls. Now what we've seen in the last week or so is platinum actually go again at a premium to gold. We're only talking $30 or $40. I mean, it's not huge, so they're at rough parity. But it does suggest that people are a bit more optimistic on the outlook for the economy.
Is that mainly because platinum has risen or because gold has fallen?
It's both.
Right.
It's both. So there's a sense now that we've seen enough positive economic data on the US in particular that the Fed may stay its hand in launching another big round of quantitative easing. In the last economist survey that the Journal did, only 35% of the economists surveyed actually thought that there would be another round of QE this year.
Right.
So as that thought recedes, the underpinning for gold tends to fall away, and people get a lot more bullish about the industrial cycle, particularly because car sales in the US have really blown away expectations.
So you're basically saying, so quantitative easing, i.e. the Fed printing money is less likely to happen at this point. So if you're trying to be in an unprintable currency like gold, that's suddenly less attractive. And actually, as the economy recovers, platinum really will begin to take actual demand, real demand for people who use it rather than who want to put it in a vault and sit it there in the hope that it retains value.
I mean, the way to think about it is, if you're bullish on the economy, then you want to be owning assets that in some way feed into the operations of the economy and into profit-making ventures. And platinum does feed into that. Gold is something you own when you think that there's no real profitability left in the economy, because then you can afford to own this thing which basically yields nothing. It costs you money to store it, in the expectation that people will be worried enough in the future that they'll actually pay you more money.
And should we be watching this ratio in the future? I mean, is this a good indicator for us of what people's confidence in the economy really does look like?
I think it is a pretty good indicator. I mean, if you look at this period, August to now, I mean, it pretty accurately tracks sentiment on the global economy. Back last August, we were talking about, are we heading for a double-dip recession? And now people are saying, well, actually, things aren't too bad, and we've seen the prices move to reflect that.